The Heart Part 5. Kendrick. Kendrick? Kendrick Lamar. Alright, well, Key told me to keep my expectations through the floor. And that's exactly what we're going to do. But the little homies' music videos have an interesting style to them. They tend to use very unique camera angles and editing techniques. Pioneers in the music video space in some ways. So we're about to check this out. Hearts, I think they always come before an album. Nope, take that back. The one didn't come before it. Yes, it did. The Heart Part 4 came before Damn in 2017. I got to April 11th to get y'all shit together. I don't know why I'm still talking. I'm about to check it out. The Heart Part 5. As soon as I finish this, I'm finna let low-key know what I think about it. Let's get it. That nigga look like Kendrick, bro. He looks so young. He look like Hot Damn My Rock, bro. This is definitely what this album's gonna sound like. Why I hate when I start. This is definitely what this album's gonna sound like. I have no doubt in my mind this whole thing is going to sound like this. What's up with people getting old and introspective and they stop touching their hair? Like, what happened to haircuts? I know I want to talk because I never got one. Well, except for this. But what is up with people not touching their hair after a certain age? Like, the GOATs, though. J. Cole, Kendrick, Jay-Z. Like, people stop touching their hair. But they gotta let it out. Like, they gotta, I'm wild. What is that? What's going on? What's the correlation with that? I don't understand it. I hope we get a return to Kendrick Lamar rapping the way we really like to hear him rap. He was rapping on Damn. He just was rapping in a different way. I want that return to Pimp a Butterfly rapping. That's what I want to hear personally. But that's a very specific. And I missed the instrumentation on To Pimp a Butterfly. It was just that was one of my favorite albums of all time. So I'm being extremely picky, but I'm hoping we get a return, not the same genre, but I'm hoping we get a return to that level of detail and instrumentation and storytelling in this upcoming album. Man, he said he known people do 17, get out, fix their life up, go to the men's house, you know what I mean, get a little construction job, try to turn their life around, you know what I'm saying. And he from LA. People just trying to get some weed, get his brains blown out, my guy. That's nuts, man. I used to work with some dudes that was in a halfway house. Some Mexican, all I can assume, some Mexican gangsters. That's what they told me, you know. I'm just saying, some Mexican gangsters, nigga. You could tell. You know, real good dudes, man. And you could tell they was in, you know, they had like a positive attitude and they was really thankful for the position they were put in. But you could see like every day they worked hard too, man. They worked like 12, 13, 14, 15 hours a day, just straight construction, knocking down walls, things like that. And man, like things they told me, like how far they came and, you know, the reason they were living, like the reasons they were living for now, you know, what they were hoping to accomplish, you know, and it was nothing huge, man. They were just like, man, I just want to have some stability. I just want to live without getting in trouble. And just thinking about that and thinking about what Kendrick just said, doing 17 years, come out and get your brains blown out over some weed, over a little sack. Man, it's wild, dude. I said I do this for my culture. Yo, what? Man, the deepfake transitions are crazy. I can barely see them because I'm trying to look to the facial hair, because that's the biggest. I would think that would be the most jarring switch in the deepfake is going from goatee to beard to no facial hair. But man, it's smooth. I can barely see it. I can barely see it at all. That is smooth, dude. That technology is kind of nuts. I'm not gonna lie. The Nipsey Hussle one isn't as good. That one looks. I don't know why. Maybe they didn't have as much. Actually, I don't know why they wouldn't have as much information to use, but his doesn't look as good. Why use him twice? Why'd you use him twice? Yeah, I don't know why the Nipsey deepfake wasn't good. Wasn't as good. directed by Dave Free and Kendrick Lamar of PG Lang. Okay. I see what Lil Key was talking about. You never know what you're gonna get from Kendrick, bro. You never know if you're gonna get a high concept, convoluted, visual, product, and you don't know if you're gonna get something like this, where he goes the exact opposite direction. There's no middle ground with him. There's no middle ground with Kendrick. I think there is this collective emotional hysteria on, let me grab this, Twitter. No, let me not move it. I don't want to mess it up. People saying they crying, just made him cry, all that. I'm assuming it's because seeing the faces of, Kobe, Nipsey, those who passed, and hearing the words of Kendrick coming from a place of beyond the grave, speaking ethereally. It seems like the heart is kind of introducing us to some thematic elements that we can expect on this upcoming album. And if we take some of the posts he's made from the perspective of Oklahoma over the last few months, it seems as though he's been having these, and I don't even want to say it seems because I think he pretty much directly stated it. He's been having these thoughts about death and his impact and legacy, and not just his, but the deaths of those he's loved, he's respected, he's looked up to, and that meant something in the broader community, whether it be hip hop or just maybe his hood or wherever. It seems like almost an existential crisis of sorts, depression, but a depression of almost of overthinking and of guilt. And I think there's a lot of things that those are some things that we're going to be expecting to see, or that we can expect to see on this upcoming album. I'm really looking forward to hearing a progression from the last album, because we all know Damn was an extremely personal album, so much so that he took it upon himself to even dial back some of the more complex elements of his music making. It was still Kendrick, and everything obviously was layered and meaningful, but we can obviously see it doesn't take a genius to see that there was a concerted effort to be more raw on that album. And this album almost seems like it's going to be a marriage between Damn and To Pimp a Butterfly, if I'm going to be honest. And obviously we haven't heard nothing from this album, but from the minor leaks we've gotten, with Thundercat saying he's working on it, with I think it was Dave Free maybe, or was it Punch? Somebody saying it's going to be a rock inspired album. And from hearing the heart, it sounds like the emotions are going to be just as visceral and as pure as they were on Damn. But it seems in the same breath we're going to get something more conceptual like To Pimp a Butterfly, and I'm excited for it. The rapping, top tier. Emotion, top tier. And it's the heart. And I think that's why he chose to go without a music video. He just wanted you to listen to what he was saying. And honestly, I might go back if I could find the lyrics. That would be dope. But I doubt that'll be possible. They don't got lyrics on here either. But I might go back and listen to this a couple times to see what he's saying. He might be dropping some hints, some gems that we don't even know about. Knowing Kendrick. But I'm excited for this album. It comes out this Friday, man. Dog, it's gonna be a masterpiece. It's gonna be a masterpiece. Did J. Cole drop this year? Was that this year? No, that was last year because he just lost. He just lost to Tyler. And Drake dropped last year. Hey, the playing field might be open for Kendrick, man. The hip hop album, it's gonna be him and Push, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe this will be the one where he get album of the year, but we're gonna wait and see. And just know, as soon as you drop any visuals on this, I'm on that. I'm watching and dissecting every single one. I might even, knowing Kendrick Lamar, I might devote a whole video, like an actual breakdown and concept video to one of his music videos instead of just like a reaction. I've been wanting to do more of those, man. I just haven't had the time. But I might have to do it for the Kendrick Lamar visuals. He's one of the only rappers I can honestly respect their music videos enough to do something like that. But dope. Let's see if there's anything at the end, man. I think that's it. The Heart Part 5, man. Mr. Morale and the big steppers. May 14th. We're going to check it out.